Hello everyone and welcome back to Cruel Unusual Storytime. I am your host Simon Dexter, and we are back in the new space, and hopefully my camera won't shit out on me. And how are you? It's been a while, I know. My hair is still kind of black, but if you look in the light, it's kind of getting back to what it was. Anyway, I actually realized that my computer was just randomly kind of wicking out last time I tried, so I gave up too soon because I'm stupid. Actually, I don't know that entirely. We'll see if it actually records this whole episode. I let it run for a good 10 minutes a while back just to test it. So hopefully, this should be good. Okay, so today we are starting a new creepypasta. This one being suggested by, I actually do not remember. It's been so long. I want to say it was Faye Bluebird, but I honestly can't find the comment to save my life. It may have also been Sway Sway is Cool, if that's still their name. I don't know. I actually think Cupakes got a few suggestions, if I recall, but you know me. Forgetfulness. So, I actually read a slight portion of this before telling you that my camera broke, because that's the time I got through a good portion of it. So, but I'm not going to stop that from rereading it, because I still haven't gotten to the end yet, so I don't know how it ends. And that could change my opinion on it. I'm not going to tell you what my opinion on it right now, because I'm going to at least do my best to kind of keep the illusion alive, or at least react appropriately. So, oh, and before we start, I figured I'd say thank you for being so patient, and I'm glad you stuck around. I know I lost a few subscribers, but I keep getting them back, or new ones, or whatever, I don't know. But hey, it's cool. Thanks for being patient. And before we get into this, I do know enough about My Little Pony to judge this fairly. I'm not an expert or anything, but I know who the characters are, I know how they behave for the most part, and I know the general plot for the most part. So, I'll be able to treat this fairly. Anyway, I haven't been in camera for a while. Okay, I've yammered on enough. Let's do this. Sit back, relax, and let's enjoy Cupakes. The air was warm, the sun was shining, and every pony in Ponyville was having a glorious day. The town square was bustling and crowded, and busy ponies filled the streets. Okay. All the pony folks seemed to have somewhere specific to be, all except Rainbow Dash. Her place was in the sky. She tore freely through the air, speeding one way and the next, buzzing the treetops and racing the wind. I forgot how well this was written. It's English. Just the structure is very nice. The Blue Pegasus swooped over a schoolyard, much to the delight of the children, then climbed several hundred feet and dove, streaking downward as fast as she could. Seconds before hitting the ground, her wings flew open, and she pulled up back into the clear blue. Rainbow felt alive. That's not going to last, I assure you. Suddenly, Dash remembered that she had somewhere to be. She was supposed to meet with Pinkie Pie in 5 minutes. Dash had gotten so caught up in exercises that she'd nearly forgotten that Pinkie had asked to meet her at Sugar Cube Corner at 3. Pinkie hadn't said why or what they'd be doing, but Dash knew that with Pinkie, it could be anything. Yeah, this is just me being rusty, not them writing shittily, I assure you. Dash wasn't sure if she really wanted to go, though. She was so engaged with her stunts that she thought about blowing Pinkie off to continue flying. Aren't you the element of loyalty? I remember that very clearly. You suck at your element. But Dash's conscience got the better of her. She knew that it would hurt Pinkie's feelings, after all. Pinkie had said it was going to be something special, just for the two of them. Wrong type of story. I'm sure they exist, though. I'm just not going to go looking for them. Don't go looking for them. I see you. Put your hand away from the mouse. You're watching me right now. Don't go looking for them. It's bad for both of us. Dash considered it and thought, why not? What did she have to lose? Her life. If you heard that, that was my TV turning off. I apologize. It was an auto timer thingy. Heck, it might be more pranking. Pinkie might have found a bunch more fun stuff to pull on folks. They'd had so much fun the last time. Dash kicked into overdrive to make up for lost time and sped to her appointment. When Dash walked into the store, she was immediately greeted by her host, who was bouncing in excitement. Yay, you're here! I've been waiting all day, said the jumping pony. Sorry if I'm a little late, Pinky. I was doing my afternoon exercises and lost track of time, Dash apologized. Pinky giggled and responded gleefully in a gleefully reassuring tone. Oh, that's okay. You're here now. What's a few more minutes? I've been so excited thinking about the fun stuff we're going to do. I haven't stopped bouncing since I woke up. I almost forgot to breathe. I've been so happy. That's not healthy. Dash gave a slightly uncomfortable laugh. She had always appreciated Pinkie Pie's friendly, outgoing way of life. But Pinkie's overabundant enthusiasm almost creeped her out. I'm going to check to make sure I'm still recording, because if I'm not, I'm going to be pissed. I am. Life is good. Okay. Dash maintained a polite expression, however. If Pinkie was this worked up, whatever she had planned must be good. Is you ready to get started, Rainbow Dash? I've got everything ready, the pink pony said. Dash psyched herself up. You betcha, Pinkie. So what do you got planned? We gonna prank somebody? I got a couple of good ones I've been thinking about. Maybe you got some stunts you think I should try. Or perhaps making cupcakes, Pinkie happily announced. Baking? Dash was disappointed. Pinkie, you know I'm not good at baking. Remember last time? Oh, that's not a problem. I only need you to help making them. I'll be doing most of the work, Pinkie explained. Also, sorry about the sniffling. I'm kind of coming down off of a cold. Dash thought about it for a second. Well, all right. I guess that's okay. What exactly do you need me to do? That's the spirit. Here you go. Pinkie handed Dash a cupcake. Oops, shit. No, I didn't lose it. Dash was puzzled. I thought I was helping you bake. Oh, you will be. I made this one just for you before you got here. So, is this like taste testing or something? Sorta, Pinkie said. Dash shrugged and popped the pastry in her mouth. She chewed for a bit and swallowed. Not bad. Okay, now what? Dash asked. Now, Pinkie informed her, you take a nap. Yeah, I've gotten this far, as you can plainly tell. Puzzled, Dash opened her mouth, but felt instantly lightheaded. A wave of dizziness washed over her. The world spun, and seconds later she collapsed to the floor. When Dash regained consciousness, she found herself in a dark room. She tried to shake her head, but found that a taut leather strap held her firmly in place. She struggled to move, but braces around her chest and limbs glued her to a rack formed from a series of sturdy planks, which spread her legs wide apart. Whoa, I thought this wasn't that kind of story. I know it's not, but still suggestive. Don't. I know what you're thinking. Do not looking. I will not. Oh, I will, but don't. Dash's wings were the only part of her not tied down, and they fluttered frantically while she struggled to escape. As she writhed, Pinkie jumped suddenly into her line of sight. Goody, you're awake. Now we can get started, Pinkie stated gleefully. She bounced into the darkness and quickly reappeared, pushing a small cart covered with a cloth. Pinkie, what's going on? I can't move, Dash said urgently. Well, duh, that's because you're tied down, chided Pinkie. That's why you can't move. I don't think you need to be told that. But why? What's happening? I thought you said I was going to help make cupcakes. You are helping. You see, I ran out of the special ingredient I need, and I need you to get more. Read that wrong. A special ingredient? Dash was now breathing heavily, starting to panic. What special ingredient? Pinkie giggled and responded, You silly. Dash's eyes widened and her face contorted in fear. Then she started to laugh and said in a voice bordering on hysteria, Whew, you really got me there, Pinkie Pie. Tricking me into thinking I'm gonna get made into a cupcake. I gotta tell you, this is the best prank yet. You win. You're the best. Pinkie only giggled even more. Oh, thanks, Dash, but I haven't done any pranks today, so I can't accept your praise. Dash was struggling again. Pinkie, come on, this isn't funny. And then why were you laughing? Before Dash could answer, Pinkie grabbed the cloth and whipped it off the cart. On the cart was a tray containing Mary's various sharp medical tools and knives, carefully organized and wickedly sharp, as well as a large medical bag. Oops, I think I passed it. Oh, nope, I didn't pass much of it. Dash was now in full panic mode. She was starting to hyperventilate. Her mind raced as she tried to reason with the pink pony. You can't do this, Pinkie. I'm your friend. I know you are, and that's why I'm so happy that I've got you here. We get to share your last moments together, just you and me. Pinkie was skipping again. Her high voice is hard to get, especially since my voice is really low, and I'm just coming off of a cold, so I can't even kind of fake it. But the other ponies will wonder where I am. When the clouds pile up, they'll come looking for me, and then you'll get found out, Dash cried in desperation. It's not like you're the only Pegasus in town, you know. Oh, Dash, said Pinkie. Don't worry. There are plenty of Pegasus ponies to take care of a few clouds. Oh, maybe I should have read ahead and I would have known that. And besides, no one will find out. I mean, how long do you think I've been doing this? And with that ominous statement, the light suddenly came to life and revealed to the rest of the room. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm still doing good. Oh no. Dash reeled north, the image presented to her. The room was decorated with a typical but twisted Pinkie Pie flair. What the fuck you think you're doing? Opening the wrong windows? I think not. Colorful streamers of dried entrails fluttered around the ceiling. Brightly painted skulls of all sizes were attached to the walls, and organs done up in pastels filled with helium were tied to the backs of the chairs. The tables and chairs were made out of bones and the preserved flesh of past ponies. Yeah, so nose-running, I'm gross. Dash cringed upon seeing the centerpiece of the table nearest her. The heads of 4 foals, their eyes closed as if they were sleeping, were wearing party hats made from their own skin. With a thrill of terror, Dash recognized one of them as Apple Bloom's classmate, Twist. Oh, the candy one, right. Dash's eyes darted back and forth, then fell upon a patchwork banner hanging from the rafters made from several tan pony hides. The words, "Life is a party," were scrawled on the... I can't do that. On it in blood red. Dash's attention was brought back by a party horn unfurling and tickling her nose. She gave to Pinkie Pie, who was standing right in front of her. The party pony was wearing a dress quilted from dried skin and blazoned with cutie marks. On her back fluttered 6 Pegasus wings, all of different colors. As the Earth pony skipped in excitement, her necklace of severed unicorn horns clacked together loudly. Like it? Pinkie asked. I made it myself. She's like a little tiny pink Leatherface. Impressive. Desperately, Dash pleaded with the smiling pony before her. Pinkie, please. I'm sorry if I did anything to you. I didn't mean it. Please let me go. I promise I won't tell anybody. You're a liar. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think she survived, so I couldn't tell you. Oh, Dash. You didn't do anything. It's just that your number came up, and, well, I don't make the rules. We can't turn back now. Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening? Hang on for just, 1 second. Sorry about that. My nose was running something fierce, and I just needed to get rid of it. Okay. Dash was tearing up. How could this be happening? Oh, don't be sad, Dash, said Pinkie. Look, this'll cheer you up. I brought you a friend. Seemingly out of nowhere, Pinkie produced a brightly painted blue and yellow skull. It was about a pony's sized, but it had a very defining feature. A beak. Dash gasped in shock. Is that... Hey, Dash, let's hang together. These ponies are lamos. Dweebs, Pinkie mimicked. I caught her right before she left town. Remember when I left the party for about 20 minutes? No. Well, I think it'd just be funny if they said that. Whatever. That wasn't enough time to play with her, of course. I had to wait till after the party to do that. But boy, am I glad I did. It was worth it for the flavor alone. Griffins taste like 2 animals at once. It's amazing. Ugh. I don't think meat cupcakes sound good, but maybe that's just me. I guess they're ponies, though. Ponies don't eat meat, do they? Poor bastards. I know she didn't have a number like everybody else in Ponyville, but when I was gonna get another chance to try a griffin... When was I gonna get another chance to try a griffin? I probably should have asked where she came from so I could have gotten more, but I forgot. I'll tell you what, though, she was quite the fighter. She lasted a long time, which was a lot of fun for me. I am recording, right? I actually don't recall if I'm recording. I am. Spacey today. It was a good long time, which was a lot of fun for me. I got the chance to play with somebody other than a pony and try new things. It's too bad she had such a meanie mouth. She said so much bad stuff, I just had to take her tongue out. You know, bad language makes for bad feelings, Rainbow Dash. Ain't that the truth? Dash didn't have anything to say. She just sobbed and writhed in her tight bonds. Kinky. Don't. Well, said Pinkie with an air of finality, that's enough reminiscing. It's time to begin. Okay, I actually think this is about as far as I got last time. So this should all be new to me, because I actually don't recall any of the horror-y bits other than the leading up to it. Putting down Gilda's skull, the pink pony gripped a scalpel in the cleft of her hoof. How? Ponies don't have fingers. And walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, Pinky placed the blade an inch above Dash's cutie mark. I almost called her Ash. This isn't Pokemon. Let's keep it together. And began a circular cut around it. Well, this was Ash. This would actually be funny. Dash shouted in pain and tried desperately to pull away, but the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinky grabbed a curved, skinning knife from the tray. Screwing up her face in concentration, she worked it under Dash's skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Ow. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched her flesh peel off. Pinky then moved to the other side and repeated the process on Dash's left flank. I know this doesn't pertain, I actually have blood drawn today, so I can actually feel how sharp things would be in the skin. I know it's not even kind of close to what's happening, but I just thought I'd share that. Once she had finished, Pinky held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and started waving them like pom-poms. Dash just whimpered. Her thighs burned like nothing had felt before. Ooh, just wait, baby. Don't. I should really stop saying that, because I'm not saving myself. It's not. I'm doomed. Placing the ragged patch of skin down, Pinky selected a large butcher knife and walked behind the blue Pegasus. Hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna wing it now. That was a good one. I'll grant that. Pinky laughed. She grabbed Dash's left wing in her mouth and played with it for a few seconds, yanking it back so the sharp pain reignited the fire in Dash's flanks. Then stretching the wing out, Pinky brought the blade down hard at the base. Instantly Dash screamed and thrashed at her appendage. Sorry about that, not at her appendage. Can't talk. The movement threw off Pinky's aim. She tried to hit the mark again, but missed, and carved a huge slice into Dash's back. Dash, you gotta stay still, or I'll keep missing, scolded Pinky as her friend howled. P took another whack at her and hit her target. She swung again and again. Blood sprayed into the air, but Pinky realized she wasn't getting anywhere. But it just wasn't going through the bone. Guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else, stated Pinky matter-of-factly as she tossed the knife over her shoulder, embedding the blade into the table. Through the haze of pain and tears, Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing. I think I would have passed out by now, personally. Of course, me, sharp things and blood don't mix in real life. Got it. Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? It doesn't hack. Hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it. Pinky placed the tool over the mangled flesh of the last attempt. Standing on her hind legs, she worked the saw back and forth with her front hooves. It sliced effortlessly through the bone and skin. The feeling of the jagged teeth grinding into her made Dash want to vomit. Just pass out, sweetie, and sleep. You will stay young forever. She watched numbly as her wing flew over her head and landed with a fluff on the table. It's a cute-sounding word for something horrible that just happened to fluff on something. I'll try that sometime. Pinky moved to the next wing and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She'd given up trying to fight and focused on choking back screams of agony. Abruptly, the sawing paused. Pinky was only halfway done, the wing hanging off by a sliver. Hey, Dash, Pinky piped up. Think fast. Suddenly, Pinky yanked the wing off as hard as she could. The bone snapped, but the blue pony's skin held, then tore away. The pool ripped away a long strip of flesh all the way down Dash's back to her rump. Her body seized at the unexpected trauma as her pelvis tensed up. Dash felt a warm release between her legs, and her loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. Is it saying that she pissed herself? I'm going to assume so. I mean, that's a totally reasonable response to having a piece of you being ripped off. I'm not judging or anything. It's just kind of vague, I guess. Dash woke with a gasp. The stench of urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. Yep, she peed herself. As her vision swam into focus, she saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing a large adrenaline needle from her chest. Stomping her hooves, the frustrated Pinkie lashed out at her helpless victim. Didn't anybody teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when somebody invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dash. You're so boring. I think I'll take a nap. You think I was always doing this by myself? I told you how excited I got when I found you were next. I was excited to have a friend be here with me while I worked, but no. You've got to be inconsiderate. You know, I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle anything. I've had foals stand up better than you. Do I have to baby you? Huh? Is that how you want me to remember you? As a baby? I'll admit the dialogue is fucking spectacular. I really like the dialogue. Admittedly, the torture stuff I can live without. I've seen Saw. I've had worse. And frankly, torture shit doesn't bother me all that much. But the dialogue makes this so far. I will admit I'm kind of liking it just a little bit. I like it. I like it quite a bit. So far, I haven't seen how it ends yet. As Pinky stopped to catch her breath, Dash blinked and sobbed softly. Her back was in agony, her sides were on fire, and there was intense pain in one of her legs. As she blinked again, she saw Pinky pop something into her mouth and began to chew. Noticing Dash's stare, Pinky quickly gulped the morsel down. What? Pinky said. Oh, this? She held up another piece. Well, while you were asleep, I got a little impatient and helped myself to a small sample. I got it from your leg. You're not bad. Want to try some? Without waiting for a response, Pinky shoved the strip of meat into the revolted Pegasus pony's mouth. Well, that's just a waste. You could have used that to, put in your cupcakes, but now it's just going to be all digested and gross. Dash gagged and immediately spit it out. Pinky frowned and picked up the chunk of flesh. If you didn't want it, you could have said no. She contemplated the discarded snotty morsel, then gulped it up. Well, it's not like you haven't had my cupcakes before. Swallowing, Pinky turned her attention to a small can on the tray. She moved the lid, revealing that it was filled with red-hot coals. Ugh. Lying on top of the coals were several large nails. Motherfucker. Okay, that's gonna hurt. As the adrenaline filled her veins, Dash began to panic. Picking up the can, Pinky walked over to Dash's left, holding some tongs with her mouth. Pinky carefully picked up a nail and positioned it at the seam between her victim's front leg and hoof. Oh, that's gonna hurt like a motherfucker. She then grabbed a hammer and took careful aim. No, Pinky, Dash screamed. No, no! The hammer came down and the nail punctured Dash's skin. The white-hot burning was too much. Dash screamed as she pulled and thrashed at the braces, causing her raw skin to rub and tear. Pinky tried to line up another nail, but couldn't find her aim, and let out a frustrated grunt. I thought she was tied down enough that she couldn't move. Had she loosened the straps or something? When Pinky brought the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out crying and begging. Please stop! Please, please stop! Pinky rolled her eyes, putting down the hammer and tongs. She walked back in front of her friend and stared pensively at the broken Pegasus. Gilda didn't even cry this much when she had a live Parasprite stuffed down her throat. Pinky thought for a moment about what to do next, then had a sudden spark of inspiration. I didn't realize we were reading from Pinky's point of view now. When did that change? Kind of random, but whatever. Rotating a wheel on the rack, Pinky laid Dash on her back. Pinky laid Dash on her back. Then moved to Dash's hind legs, bringing the can with her. Picking up her tools, Pinky drove a searing hot spike of metal directly into the bottom of Dash's hoof. Oh, motherfucker. Sorry, that actually kind of hurts. I have not seen that before. As Dash yelled in pain, Pinky moved around and drove a second nail into the other hoof. Next, Pinky ran back to her cart and located an enormous battery and controller. Ooh, we doing some nipple play now? Let's do this. I'm ready. Which she dragged over to where she was working. She tied copper wires between the terminals and the nails driven into Dash's hooves, then gave Dash a wink and flipped the switch. Someone thought about this quite clearly. Like, to the letter thought about this. I want us all to think about that for a second. Am I still recording? Yes. I've only got like 3 pages. I should just read it all. Electricity rocketed through Dash's body. God damn it, you're not thinking. There we go. The blue pony reacted immediately. Her body seized and her muscles snapped taut. My apologies. Dash's hip. Oop, god damn it. Dash's hips thrust skyward, her eyes rolled back, and she let out a deep throat-shredding cry. Pinky giggled and danced in place, then reached down and turned up the juice. Dash convulsed uncontrollably, and her bladder emptied once more. A lot of pee in this story. After about 5 minutes, Pinky shut off the power. Wisps of steam rose from the singed fur around Dash's hooves, and the area reeked of cooked flesh and burnt enamel. Pinky rotated Dash upright again and tried to snap the drooling, delirious pony back to attention. Dash! Dash! Rainbow Dash, wake up! Dash moaned and managed to give a modicum of weak acknowledgement. Pinky studied her handiwork, then reached into the medicine bag and produced a large syringe. All right, time for the last round. Dash focused blearily on the needle, which Pinky took as a question as to what it was. This is something to take the pain away, Pinky informed Dash as she walked around to her victim's ruined back. Dash flinched as Pinky jabbed the needle into her lower part of the blue pony's spine. Moving in front of her friend again, Pinky leaned down and elaborated. In a few minutes, you won't be able to feel anything below your rib cage. Then you'll be able to stay awake to watch the harvest. Dash started to cry again. Pinky, she choked out. Yeah? I want to go home, Dash sobbed. Yeah, I can see wanting to do that, replied the party pony. Sometimes I just want to give up, just say, I'm done with this mess, and go to bed. But you know what? You can't shrug off your responsibilities. You gotta pull yourself up and meet the challenge head on. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead in life. That is profoundly positive for the story. Dash hung her head and cried. If it makes you feel better, Rainbow Dash, there's no way you'd be alive much longer after this anyway, whether she let you go or not. Minutes passed, the drug took effect. Eventually Dash was completely numb from her chest to her flanks. At this point, Pinky approached with a scalpel, glancing at Dash and smiling. There was a period there, but I didn't really pay attention to it. Pinky made a long horizontal cut across the Pegasus pony's pelvis. Just above the crotch, moving on Dash's body, Pinky made a similar incision under her ribs. Pinky finally made a long vertical cut down Dash's stomach, connecting the first two. Looks like I got my eye on you, Dash, Pinky giggled. You get one more of those, Pinky, then I'm going to have a stern word with you. With a moist, gooey sound, the flaps of skin opened. The slide of her own organs and the lack of feeling caused Dash's breathing to intensify. How are you still alive? Pretty sure you'd have bled out at some point here. Pinky carefully sliced open Dash's abdominal sac and grabbed her large intestines. As she separated the organ from the rest of the digestive tract and pulled it out of the new cavity, Pinky grew jovial, laughing as she gutted her friend. Pinky began to make jokes. It's been so long since I've read, I keep skipping over words. Dash, growing weaker from the new source of blood loss, tried desperately to shut out the macabre comedy act. Look at me, I'm Rarity, Pinky laughed, slinging the intestinal tube around her neck and spraying blood in all directions. Isn't my new scarf so pretty? Yes, Pinkie Pie, it is the most beautiful scarf of all time. Reaching back inside, she sliced the smaller intestine off from the bowels. I think you spelled bowels wrong, because that looks like bowls to me. I think there's supposed to be an E in there, but whatever. Squeezing out the excess excrement, Pinky filled the slimy organ through her teeth and dragged it back and forth. Dentists say you gotta floss every day, Dash. That's not a pun, so I let it slide. Dash was barely aware what was going on anymore. The shock was causing her to fade. Logically. Disappointed, Pinky dived back into the blue Pegasus' guts, ramping up her routine. I don't go yet, Dash. Pinky started pulling out the rest of Dash's organs, pausing with each removal. I know I could be a real pancreas, but you know, I'm just kidney with you. That's it. After this, you and I are having this long talk, Pinkie Pie, I swear to God. We gotta learn to liver it up. However, boy, these jokes are getting bladder. Guess you gotta develop a stomach for them. That was dreadful. Mildly amusing, but dreadful. Pinky placed the discarded body parts into a bucket, keeping the last one for a bit longer. Ooh, bagpipes, she said, placing the end of Dash's esophagus into her mouth and the stomach in her armpit. She squeezed and spurted out and a spurt of acid hit her tongue. Oh, hey look, there's your cupcake, Dash. Ugh, gross. Nah, it probably still would have been there. Dash didn't hear her tormentor. She had slipped from consciousness minutes ago. Pinky, not yet satisfied, hit Dash with another adrenaline shot. Dash woke up for the last time, her heart pounding. She should frankly be dead at this point, but whatever. Warm blood flowed out from the wound in her chest, great spurts. It wouldn't be long now. Pinky brought Dash around onto her back again and straddled the blue pony's chest, scalpel at the ready. You know, Rainbow Dash, I'm disappointed. I thought you would have lasted longer. I really want to spend more time with you before we got here. But I guess it's my fault. I shouldn't have taken it a little slower. Oh well, it was nice knowing you, Dash. The blade sunk into the blue throat and worked its way up Dash's chin. Coming back down, Pinky's scalpel then circled Dash's neck. Last thing the Rainbow Dash felt was her skin being cut away from her skull and the metal of the blade scraping her teeth. Then she was gone. Pinkie Pie stared into a mirror. She had done a really good job, even keeping the eyelids. She winked and Dash winked back. Pinkie smiled, but still she was sad that her friend was now gone. Dash had only lasted 50 minutes. She frankly should have been dead long before then. Not nearly as long as Pinkie had wanted. She looked back at the cadaver hanging at the center of the room. The last of her friend's fluids draining into a pan. Yep, no more Rainbow Dash. As she looked, Pinkie cocked her head. She began to take notice of the fact that there really wasn't much damage to the corpse. In fact, the pink pony mused, I think. An idea exploded in her head. She was good at sewing, and she had all the pieces. All she had to do was put them back together. Yeah, she just had to get some stuffing, and bingo, she'd have Rainbow Dash forever. In fact, thought Pinkie, that's what she'd do for all of her best friends when their numbers came up. She was so excited, she skipped right over to the body with her skinner to get started. The cupcakes could wait. Pinkie Pie had a friend to make. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Cupcakes. So, what was right with this story? Frankly, it was very well written. The characters were written phenomenally, I will say that. The characters were written so very well. Pinkie came off as quite the lunatic, so I really enjoyed that. Let me think. Frankly, the imagery was fairly creepy. Some of what Pinkie Pie said was very unnerving. I like that quite a bit. I think one of my favorite parts is probably the dialogue. The dialogue was very creepy, and even when we got towards the end and Pinkie Pie's thoughts were being narrated, those were really nice touches too, frankly. I think I've said frankly about 50 times now, but I can't remember. And, I mean, as far as I could tell, it was pretty loyal to the characters in the show, kind of. I know it was actually written after a particular episode in which Pinkie Pie acts super crazy, so I can kind of see where someone would have gotten the idea. I mean, it inspired an entire branch of Brony-dom, like, I forget what it's called. It's not Night Vale, that's the radio show where they do scary stuff. I haven't actually heard that, really. But you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Grimlock, I believe it's called. Yeah, it inspired that whole thing. Like, this was the beginning of that shit, which I don't get a whole genre needing it, but this story was actually honestly pretty good. Like, if it had been called a lost episode, I would have liked it a lot less. But since it was just being a story on its own little universe, I can dig it. What was wrong with this? If you're overly desensitized like I am, the torture doesn't bother you that much. Admittedly, some parts are actually pretty painful to read, but for the most part, it was, mixed standard torture, porn, kind of. That's really it, though. I don't know. Maybe what was happening probably could have been a little creepier to me, because I've read people be tortured and then turn into food before. I have. Go watch Dipper Goes to Taco Bell if you have the stomach for it. So this was nothing new to me in that regard. That's probably my only con with it, is I've seen it before. But otherwise, it was actually a pretty good story. I gave it my stamp of approval, frankly. So, see, 60 times now. Okay. So, it's really good to be back. I'm going to be recording a few more episodes, either most likely tomorrow morning. But at least you guys will have something for Friday. So, you all have a wonderful evening. I will see you all real soon.